rail to this, okay? You put your rail into this right here, and you drill in right here 2 holes, and you use 2 1/4-inch bolts to hold the rail on. Once you got the other 2 legs in, you come over here to this hand wheel right here. Crank it down, or crank it out actually. All right, tilt it down. Now you have a rail. You thread your rocket on the rail, raise it up, and put the hand wheel back in. And you tighten it up. Before you leave, just make sure that this bolt right here is tightened up, because this is what keeps the rail adapter into the base here. You can take this out for storage. Obviously it breaks down into pieces for easy storage in the trunk of the car. Put that in, you tighten that up.
Excellent.
The ring serves as a purpose to stop the rocket from coming all the way down out the deal. So the tail cone normally has it on that. Hook your igniter up, boom. Pads are also drilled to be staked down to the ground. Again, all 3 legs are the same. Moving to the Tri-3 here, you'll notice the Tri-3 is a lot bigger, but a little bit different. The Tri-3, the rocket takes off from the center of the pad, and there's two different types of legs for the Tri-3. You have the 2 back legs, and then you have the front leg, and it's important that this front leg goes into the front, because this holds the rail up when it's all put together. So once you slide this in, you tighten this wheel up right here, and you're good. This one's a little bit different than the Tri-1. The Tri-1 leans back away from the pad between the 2 legs. The Tri-3, it leans forward over the front leg for extra weight support. Again, this is designed for either a 10-10 rail or a whatever.
15-15.
This got a pipe. You trap it into the corners there. Once you thread your rocket on, raise it up, tighten your hand wheel on it, and also this particular pad has got a bubble level in the center, which allows you to level the pad up. As you can see by the legs right here, they have adjustable feet. You undo the wing nut and it goes in and out to allow for adjustment. Okay? You can put the leg out like, I like having them out like that, where you stake the pad down, but I got it like this for transportation purposes. So anyway, that's how a Tri-3 works. The 2 back legs are different, as they do not have this. Again, this is important. This piece goes here as it supports the front rail as your rocket's being threaded onto it. Obviously, it's no use if you put this piece in the back. This is for the rest.
But you could do that.
Say it again?
You could do it. It would fit.
If you don't have, because all it's all designed for the legs to go whatever.
Interchangeable.
You know? I didn't build it to where one leg will go here, one leg, because it's so good doing it that way. Then you got to figure out what leg goes where. But as you can see,
and the 2 is the Tri-2 is somewhere in between.
A Tri-2 is basically this design right here. The Tri-1 and Tri-2 are the same, as they have a 7-foot by 7-foot by 7-foot footprint. However, the Tri-2 has got features of the Tri-3. As the Tri-2, it has this right here in the middle, and it too leans over on the front leg. That's basically a scaled up version of the Tri-2. But the Tri-2 has got a low center of gravity, as all these pads do. And for a Tri-1 and Tri-2 have a 6-inch base right here. Your Tri-3's got a 9-inch spacing.
Oh.
A lot more, and also,
sure,
the Tri-1 is made out of 16-gauge metal. The Tri-2 has got 14 gauge in certain spots for structural rigidity, and the Tri-3 is entirely of 14 gauge metal, which is stronger than the 16 gauge. So that's basically the skinny of it. These blast plates, when I first started making them, I made them out of thin aluminum to help save weight. But I've had some problems with them, big motors blasting holes through them, so I went to a 1/8-inch thick blast plate. It adds a lot more weight to it. And also by tightening in all 3 posts, you add structural rigidity to the pads. You can put these pads together and get up here and jump up and down. I've seen a 300-pound man jump on these things, and it'll flex a little bit, but it stays firm. I do heavily recommend that anytime you're flying these pads, it's just like anything else, you stake it to the ground just to help out. Not necessary, but I like to see it done that way, you know. So
sure.
That way, if they're staked in, the legs can't come out because they're all held in together. So. But again, this is the feature of the pad is the leg here. Again, it's adjustable. You know, you could put it out that way, and you can adjust it so much. You know, up or down. Generally, you don't need that much travel in it, but that's how much travel I put into them. You tighten that up. I put a little what do you call it, wing nut on there to facilitate. That way, you don't need any tools. And these have got hand wheels on them that make it a lot easier to do. There's 3 hand wheels on these. You got one here. You got one here. This base comes out. Okay, for easy storage purposes. Once you put this in, and this has got to go in a certain way. You can put it in that way. You're bending the rail down.
Right.
This always goes to the right. I'm designing for the hand wheels always line up on the same side. You tighten the base, the rail adapter down into the base. Tighten the leg up in the base. 1, 2, 3 wheels. The only one you really need to worry about through the course of the day is this one right here. Is it lets the pad articulate up and down. That's basically the gist of it. These are your 2 pads right here. The dark blue.
Excellent.
And then those multicolored psychedelic colors belong to Tripoli Houston 002. If they don't tell me what color to do it, I paint it whatever color I got laying around. You know what I mean? So.
But you can get them colored to order.
Yeah, I mean, I've had people want me to paint them epoxy colors. I've had people want me to leave them just in primer because they're going to go back and put. One guy out of Florida wanted me to put just a light colored epoxy finish on it because he was going to come in and put that bed liner material on it.
Sure.
That rhino liner.
Yeah.
I said, well, don't put it down in the hole where it sets the rod or the legs because they won't go in there.
Yeah.
But that makes sense, you know, because as you'll see tomorrow, those are brand new pads they had a couple months ago, and you can see where if they don't clean them up, that's the AP will start to do a number on the paint. But that's the gist of it. Try one, about 35-pound pad, a fully assembled. Try 3, I think it's right about an 80-pound pad, depending on what kind of rail and rod you got. I tested one time, I had a 15 rail on it. I think it tipped the scales at 110 pounds.
Wow.
And that depends on what kind of rail facility you put on it, you know. But I made these pads to where they break down. They're very modular in design, very easy to transport. You can throw them into a trunk of a car, in the bed of a truck. Actually, you can throw them in the back seat of some cars too. Boom, bada bing, bada bang. Built with low center of gravity. You're not, you don't need a step ladder to get up. You shouldn't need a step ladder to get up into, to do your electronics on your rocket. But an overall straightforward, simple design. Functional, simple, but yet functional.
Yes. We like that.
That's the skinny on nose. And you can see the bubble level right there to help you level the pad up. I've had guys say, I don't need that. Don't put that thing on there. I'm not paying extra for it. It comes with the pad. Leave it off. That'll confuse all my flyers out there. Okay? So, don't put adjustable feet on my pad. It'll mess them up. Okay. I'll work for you. So. But the centering ring right here on this is to keep the rocket from sliding through. The Tri-3s don't have it because they got a different deal on there. Generally your 110 rail or your 1010 rail.
Right.
But these bigger pads, obviously, you put a bigger rail on there. So, anywho. But you see how they break down into very small pieces to where they don't take up much room. That's it right there. You can get that to a trunk of a car in a matter of minutes.
Sure.
You can get that in some cars, most of the bed of a truck, in a matter of minutes.
Okay.